Guys, Reddit is absolutely losing it over the recent monetization changes in Shadowverse. So I've been playing the game, and it's not bad to me. I feel like in the deck I have most of the cards, and then it's going to take me a little bit to get the rest of them, but it seems people have other opinions. So this is my Reddit thread that I made. And it says, "Am I the only one enjoying this game? Free to play here. Am I just slow or something? I thought when we signed up to play a card game, we knew premium players had the edge. The only thing I'd really say is make the battle pass accessible for $9.99." Yeah, they do this really scummy thing with the battle pass. Let me cut to it right now. They do this really awful thing with the battle pass where it's like you have to get the $15 pack to get uh let me pull it up. Yeah, the problem with the battle pass is that you have to get the $15 pack for just the regular version, and I feel like the most a battle pass should ever be is $9.99. But the really scummy thing they do with the battle pass is they make it $7.50, and when you try to buy crystals to get the battle pass, you have to get the 920 pack or two 450 packs or four 220 packs, and I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? Just let me get the pass. I don't want to get more crystals than I, you know what I mean? So that's the one scummy thing. Anyways, this character looks kind of cool too. Oh, oh, okay. Let me close out of this. Oh look, I got some things. What did I get? 100 rupees. Cygames, you only gave me 100 rupees. I'm free to play. I deserve a meta deck on day one. Don't you know? I already crafted one legendary. I'm halfway towards another one. But I guess that's like part of the opening rush of the startup rewards. Anyways, let's take a look at this Reddit thread. Here's what people are saying. The game is good. Monetization is bad. You won't see much problems now because everyone is starting the game. In 1 month, with the drop of the new set, it will be near impossible for free-to-play players to play in good conditions. Since the game was delayed, they are going to do an accelerated schedule. Oh, they're going to do an accelerated schedule. The next set is in 28 days, and the set after is in 45 days from the release of the next set. From then, it'll be 2 months between sets. I don't know how this guy knows this information. With the way I see it, they should put only 2 legends per class for now, at least up until the next 2 sets. Can give an excuse to the first set for having what? Okay, this guy is schizophrenic, schizotypal, dude. It's like he's just like ranting. The main problem is that dusting is hard, plus dusting low rarity cards gives less materials than the last game. That's actually not a problem. You can't compare this thing from one game to the last one. Just because you can't do in the second one what you could in the first one doesn't mean it's inherently worse. I feel like people don't understand that concept. It's like if like Call of Duty made a sequel and then they didn't have a gun from the previous version that's in the new one, and it's like they don't have this gun. Are you serious? I can't play this game. It's like not about the gun. It's not about the gun you're playing, dude. Anyways, if they can't do this, they should bring back tempo decks per expansion and temporary cards to solve this, which is something they'll probably do, just not for set one. Why would they do it in set one? You pick a starter deck. You actually pick. If you play through the basic tutorials, you could pick a starter deck. Expect to see one after each battle pass for a bit, then they'll slow sets down. OG did the same thing, yeah. If you're a free-to-play player, enjoy the first month and drop the game when the next expansion drop because you won't be able to play it anymore versus the meta decks. I fully expect them to lower the cost of a pack within the first set, and that this current monetization is them attempting to milk the whales, then set up for a look, we listen to you, and drop price later. The whales will have sunk cost and won't quit when the value goes down. The value packs. I can't even finish this thing, dude. This guy is coping so hard. It's just the meme of the guy putting on the clown makeup. What are you talking about? It's fine for now, but the issue is that they really plan on new set. If they really plan on a new set every month, then it'll be hard to keep up. Once resources dry up from feats and other sources, the daily pack won't be enough. The game itself is fine. It's a bit unbalanced because of low card count, but that's something that'll solve itself eventually. Only the next set is so soon. Afterwards, it's 2 months between for the foreseeable future. I don't know how people know this already. I guess they have a schedule signed up or something somewhere. I thought when we signed up to play a card game, we knew premium players had the edge. That is not the actual situation with this game. Yes, it is. It's literally that. People are mad because they can't compete because they're not spending, and you have to spend to compete at the highest level, especially on day one. Day one, where people are going to be spending. What's your expectation? What is your expectation? Have you actually read any of the criticism given by people? The issue is that without the ability to liquefy whatever you want, you will get a ton of dead legendaries and gold cards. The situation is not that the whales have an edge, because they can run the optimized version. The situation is that many people have a spready of legendaries through different classes, meaning they are not running just a worse version, but a barely functioning deck. I see. I see what he's saying, but he's still wrong. He's saying it's not an edge; it's you're unable to play, and that is, my friends, sublantics. The situation will only get worse whenever an expansion launches. Because not only will you again receive a bunch of random legendaries that do nothing, but it has become much more difficult to save up for a bunch of packs, meaning a lot of people will get power crept out of the game unless they spend a bunch of money each expansion. And then this guy wants to continue. This is particularly damaging in reference to saving up for a bunch of packs. Some of the people defending the economy say that we have a free pack each day, but I would rather have 500 extra rupees and no free pack, because otherwise I'm gatekept from both spending on day one with whatever savings I have and saving up for next expansion. In SV1, you could front load a lot of the spending and get a few complete decks. And I mean complete. Even when SV1 or Shadowverse 1, you needed more legendaries per deck on day one of an expansion. Now you get droplets of cards each day without any flexibility whatsoever. Add that to the massive vial and liquefy nerf, the massive vial and liquefy nerf, and the gap between free-to-play players and whales has gone down from F2B can be competitive, just with fewer decks than the whales, to F2P simply can't be competitive. And guys, these are the day one opinions. There's no telling like what event they might run in a week. There's no telling like what they might do, because when you're running around, let me open the game again. All right. This is so ridiculous. Shop. Arena. I think they obviously want the park to be a big part of the game, and you can sprint around, you can jump, and you can dash. And for me, I feel like they didn't add these things for no reason. I know in Grand Blue Rising, they added a Fall Guys game type mode. When they go this hard in making their lobby, I assume what they're going to do is have like a lot more events that aren't playing the card game, and a lot more events that are just more like Fall Guys or like other things that you can compete in, races, things like that, and maybe other things that are even more complicated than those. But yeah, this is crazy. Anyways, let's go back. Oh, this person's dressed like Goku. That's kind of sick. Comment deleted by user. They're starting to delete their comments now. Yes, but then you will get dupes, and those dupes will be giving you vials. This set is a little over 100 cards with like 2 to 3 months to finish it and events to come. There are currently 23 legendaries in game. You need to get a 4th copy of any of them to be allowed to liquefy them. I don't know in what world this can be considered a reasonable pace. Just swipe, bro. Just spend money. They're a business. They're not a charity. This guy should say his ideal conditions. All right. The reason why those things are problems, here's my response, I guess. The reason why those things are problems, though, are because of your last 2 points. Meaning a lot of people will get power crept out of the game unless they spend a bunch of money each expansion. That's card games. I don't know if you know this. Card games are the original pay to win. Do you remember card games at all? Do you remember Magic the Gathering? Do you remember Pokemon, man? You can't buy a single Pokemon pack and be like, yeah, I'm competitive now. You don't even have enough cards to make a deck. All right, so now you buy enough cards to make a deck, and now you're not even competitive still because none of it works together. You gotta go to the store. Open up the wallet. Swipe the credit card. Diverting the problem into the method of which we receive cards is kind of a dead end. Nobody is diverting anything. The method of receiving cards is exactly the problem, and it is wild to call it a dead end. No, actually it's not, because if you had more cards of any other method, you would be happy. What you're upset about is you lost features that you think are important, and you're not competitive on day 1 of the new card game. And that's why we're a little bit angry. But I assure you, it's not that big of a deal. Can't judge for myself yet, but from what people write, it seems there is not only an edge, but F2P allegedly don't get to play the game at all. Because it's day 1 and you don't have the card yet, man. Come on, man. Wait a week. What did we could do? Come on, build up the collection a little bit. What are we doing here? Yo, Cygames, get your guy out of here. I assure you, if I was paid by Cygames, it would be nice. How much is Cygames paying you to do to damage control their absolute disaster of a launch? Let's talk about the Shadowverse launch. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the disastrous launch. Let's talk about it. You want to talk about the launch? Let's talk about it. That's the wrong one. Let's talk about the launch of the game. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Let's do it. On Steam alone, this game has a 100,000 24-hour peak with 75,000 players playing right now. It's number 4 in top sellers. So people are buying stuff. And I bet if we looked at like mobile game revenue charts, it would be up there as well. Guys, not only people are playing, people are enjoying it. I'm enjoying this game. Oh no, it's at 18%. It's at an 18%. That's so crazy. I gotta see these Steam reviews, dude. I love how most people are single-minded when it comes to things like this. You literally see it over and over again when it comes to these types of situations. You can both enjoy something and criticize it, and trying to be like, I thought we signed up to play a card game knowing full well, look at the first game and just immediately ditch whatever you're trying to argue here. Look at Master Duel as well. Like the same thing happened with Igni, the Shadowverse streamer guy, too. He's trying to cope, but most of the rewards we're getting right now is release rewards. Vile system sucks, and the honeymoon rewards will also be gone. As well as I'm having fun with the game, but a lot of the stuff sucks at the moment. I'm not going to talk about this guy because I think he's like, I think he's literally 11. There's having an edge, and then there's literally unbeatable. I don't think people know how pay to win works, dude. I don't think they know. It's not even pay to win. It's pay to like make things, speed things, grease the gears a little bit. And day one players are mad that they can't compete with whales on day one of the new release of a card game in the first set. It's just so crazy. Like, where are your expectations? What did you think this was? What card game doesn't have this problem? Yes, most card games have this problem, but at least they allow you to have one functional deck when you start the game and usually employ methods to restrict powerful cards from getting out of hand. Closest example being Hearthstone that limits legendaries to one per deck. SV does neither, giving it more similarity to cash grab gotcha game for whales with PvP than a supposed card game with a competitive integrity. So it's true that card games will have like these catch-up decks. One, those catch-up decks are rarely competitive on their own, so you still have to do work or spend money to make them competitive. And two, this usually happens in games that have been out for a while. This never happens on day one where you're getting like these decks where you can suddenly compete at the highest level. That hasn't existed in any competitive card game ever. And third, you actually do get a starter deck if you complete the tutorial and the other things. So you actually do get some tutorial. You get a starter deck. Well, the game that this slop is most compared with is Master Duel allows you to make a competitive deck day one. Heck, people who are careless with their gems even create new accounts when new stuff comes out just to get by and try them. I don't know if that's true. Is that true? I remember, I don't know if I played Master Duel or Duel Links with, I was playing with my brother, and we won like 2 games, and then we just started getting cranked on by everybody. I was like, holy shit, dude. And we did have the decks. We had like the decks that they give you, and they just started smoking us. Comment deleted by user. Why is this guy deleting his comments? Those games would be stupid not to do so at this point in the game's lifetime because they're years old and need to catch new players up. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I'm enjoying the game as well, but the blatant slap in the face that cygames did to me is not a small matter. Dude, they're taking it so personally. It's actually insane. It's actually crazy. I've been playing this game for 8+ years. Now they lock some of my fave leaders behind it. Okay, this is really bad, I think. I remember looking at so the old leaders are locked behind like an $80 or $100 price tag. That's pretty fucking bad. Yeah, I mean they honestly they should have just been free for veteran players and everybody else. But that is something they did not do. So that is bad. Sorry, there's a bird outside. I'm just looking at him. I kind of want to invite him inside. He was here earlier as well. Anyways, yeah, that is a huge problem. I agree with that. Like people not playing the characters they liked from the first game, it should have just been free. I don't know why they put it behind a paywall. That doesn't makes actual zero sense to me why they would do something like that. So I agree with this guy. Hade, I agree with you. It's hard not to be bitter at. I agree with you. I liked playing Artifact for a little while. Terrible game, by the way. Awful game. It was not good. Artifact was one of the worst card games I've ever played. Even the Elder Scrolls card game was like kind of good. Artifact was really bad. It was so dumb. To be honest, the only way we can tell is next set. We don't know if they will give more supplementary packs to offset the pain of having fewer cards to vial. In fact, because of this, I have been hoarding vials instead of completing my decks. I can complete even the ranked missions with a frankly watered down aggro Abysscraft, which is like dog tier in terms of viability. So to be honest, the really big issue is climbing the ladder early game. Things like this, like why are you... If you were in a game where money affects your performance in the game, you should not be concerned with climbing the ranked ladder in that game at all. If paying money makes you stronger, your expectations for climbing the ladder in the game should be in the gutter. That's all I'm saying. I managed a half-decent spell boost in Haven deck, and I'm having a really fun time. They got to make shit cheaper in the future if they want people to stay, but it's manageable because there's not many deck choices yet. Actually, there's a lot of deck choices. There are, 9 classes? And then maybe 2 decks for each class. That's 18 decks. So there's a lot of deck choices, actually. Amazing game, loving it a lot. But yeah, monetization's a bit iffy. I'm still happy playing as I've almost got my second deck, but some improvements would be great. The game is not bad. You are enjoying it because it is good. The problem is that unless they gift us 100 summons each new expansion, we won't be able to keep up with the rotation since we don't get shit compared to Shadowverse 1. Developers, you hear cygames, you hear the guy. If you don't gift 1,000 packs every day, he's taking his free to play ass and walking it all the way back home, uphill both ways. You understand that, cygames? That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna leave. I missed the hype with the first game, but I'm loving this one. Although the monetization / economy does suck, it's playable. I'm loving it so far, but I feel like in due time the game will get better, and after all, there isn't a lot of cards with future sets. I'm sure we'll get lesser rarity cards until you get your desired legend. I enjoy it. I'm a free-to-play player. I almost have one I have one almost full deck and one that needs additions. I like the game as a game. The monetization is bad, of course, but if I have to compare it with other online card games I have played through the years, it's not the worst out there. I just hope they will do some changes like bringing back being able to dust cards. So one of the things that people keep bringing up is the new vial system. Apparently, you could uh, destroy cards for a certain resource, and this resource is called essence, maybe. And then you can use that essence to craft new cards. But the problem now is you need a full set of playable cards to be able to do that, which is why a lot of people are also are really upset. To be honest, I don't mind it at all. So maybe it's because I never like disenchanted cards in Shadowverse 1 that I have that opinion, but I just never did it. So it doesn't matter to me. And I like having all the cards, and I like that I honestly do like that it prevents you from disenchanting stuff because you might come back. I remember at Hearthstone, I would disenchant cards and then craft them later. So you can't run into that issue now in Shadowverse. So. The real problem is that you can't dust cards unless you have a playset. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Currently enjoying the game since I'm F2P. I haven't touched rank mode yet, even now at day 2. I'm just clearing all the missions that are available. As for now, I haven't encountered any rank missions yet. I might touch the rank mode at week 2 when Whale's probably already ranked up higher. Well, I need it for the friend invite mission. Yeah, this guy's awesome. He's like, yeah, I'm playing the game. Here's the thing that people don't get. When it's pay to win, and most card games are pay to win. Most collectible card games with a PvP element are pay to win. You're going to have to pay to win. I'm sorry that this might upset some people. This might upset someone. But you're gonna have to pay to win in games where it's pay to win. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. No, it's the freeloader's cries drown out everything. I think it's fun. I'm still getting used to the cards in the evolve system. A lot of swingy plays. You can go from having a solid board state with nothing on the opposing side to losing everything with your opponent getting the upper hand. Yeah. That used to really piss me off about Shadowverse, but I'm starting to kind of like it. Like it's an acquired taste for me. I started playing the first one a little bit before this one came out, and I was like, yeah, I actually kind of like it now. My only thing is that I've never been too big on anime, so the game doesn't vibe with me like some other games. This guy has basically my opinion. The only part I'm upset about is the fact I can't get my PC to sync data to my phone version because the confirmation takes like 3 hours to send. By the time I get the email verification code, I've gone off to do something else, and if I try to go back on the menu where can I input it, it sends another one, thus invalidating the one I'm attempting to put in. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, that's a very important problem they have to solve. Do I hear music? Oh, I did. But yeah, anyways, let's maybe I don't know. I never looked at Steam reviews before. Maybe we can look at the Steam reviews because this is absolutely crazy. Worlds Beyond. Oh god, it's at like what? It's at 16%. Just everybody who's unemployed, just looking at the Steam reviews. Hold on, let me. There we go. Everybody who's unemployed just review bombing the shit out of this game. All right, let's look at the Steam reviews. Shadowverse WB is the #1 top seller on Steam. These guys really think they're gonna put a dent. Wait, how do I look at reviews? What the? Wait, where's the reviews? How do I look? Store page? Overwhelmingly negative, dude. This is insane. Oh god, this first comment is gonna be some dumbass shit. I greatly enjoyed the first Shadowverse and was happy to support it by buying cosmetics, since it was quite possible for normal players to craft their preferred deck by melting cards they did not wish to use. In this sequel, the income is drastically nerfed. Packs now cost 500 gold. Gold income is 250 per day, and you cannot melt cards unless you have 3 copies, even if you don't want to play them. And the free daily pack does not sufficiently offset this, since the income from melting silver rarity cards is greatly nerfed, and legendaries still cost 3,500 to craft. Even if it did, forcing people to open the game every day to have a hope of affording their list is cringe. So dramatic, dude. This is so dramatic. The economics of World Beyond are abysmal. Even with all the pre-registration bonuses and tutorial income, I was not able to assemble one deck without skimping on literal gold rarity utility cards. All the other mechanical and visual polish is meaningless. Free-to-play players cannot reasonably assemble an optimized deck. Do better, cygames. We had high hopes for you. It's day 1. You have 5 hours on record. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's it. I'm done. If you have your opinion on this, say what it is in the comments below, whether you agree with the new monetization strategy or whether you don't. Let me know. All right. Goodbye.